What's up? What's up? Morgan. What's up, Morgan? Toronto and the Hizzy. What's up, Morgan? Paul. Everybody, we got Chali 2na. What's up, Kenjo? Greg 36, of course, always. Welcome back, everyone. Manny is manning the Rage Against the Brush. New York City. How's everybody doing in New York? What's up, Go One for you? I hope everybody is well. What's good, El Duke? Just chilling. Waiting for Mr. Tuna. Mr. Tuna. So today, well, I already drew a lot of crazy stuff. Earlier today, I drew as we know, I drew a fucked up portrait of my friend Reuben Hickman. I drew a crazy rat, and he painted me, and he painted an elephant, and that was incredible. So, yeah, just been a lot of drawing. What's up, Crunk? DJ My Taco, waving back at you, Guilty Graham, all you guys. I'm just waving. Morgan 22. So you guys just can ask me a couple questions. What's up, Andre Miller? Nice to see you again here. Deaf Penmanship, everybody. Today, I don't know what we're gonna draw. I was thinking of like going typical and doing a what's up, Cam? Best graphic designer, great artist, Cameron Crosby in the house. What's up, Jeff? So today I was gonna go with a typical all my drawings are the shit. Hopefully they're not shit. Hopefully they are the shit. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm thinking of doing a MC today, but that's so typical, Bonsoir. Salut, petit fleur. Ça va? Tu dis bien qui finit bien? Et maintenant, je descends. Je vais dessiner. Happy Easter to you too. So, I want to do something, I don't know, typical, not typical. What's up, 5 footer? Do a skateboarder. Happy Easter to you too, Jeff. Maybe a skateboarder, but I just kind of want to have fun and get loose and just draw. I could do a Charlie portrait, but on this one, I got my iPad going over here. I have to kind of look at Charlie's face. Unless Charlie wants to pose for me. But Charlie's actually an artist. So, he's the real deal artist. Let me just see something here. He is the real deal artiste. And a lot of guys who are rappers or rock and rollers, they're also artists. So you'd be surprised. What's up, Andy? Over at Sideshow Collectibles, the Brit, in the Hizzy. I don't really sleep and think of what I'm drawing next. It just, there's some things that I have to draw that are commission based, and then there's other things that I want to draw that I don't get around to. So it's kind of a combo. Okay, Chali 2na is here. We're gonna go live with Charlie. Oops. How do I go live with him? I wonder why it's not allowing me to go live. Charlie, try to go live with me. Because I do not know why it's not letting me go live. Manny, do you know why this is not letting me go live with Charlie? Like, he's not coming up. It says hide live from Charlie. I want to go live with. There he goes. There we go. There we go. And you guys can hear me, right? Waiting for Charlie.
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing,
Sorry
man?
it took me so long. All right. I'm good. I ain't gonna front. I was taking a
It's not
quarantine
really
nap.
that long. It's five. It's only 5 minutes.
I took a
How you doing,
quarantine nap,
man?
so I'm good, man. Can't complain. Can't really
That's
complain
good.
at all.
Wow,
Just
you
trying
look
to keep
like after a nap. You look like a Justin BUA painting after a nap. If I may say so
it.
myself.
Well, thank you.
Yes, yes, that's a compliment. So, Charlie, a lot of people don't know, uh, but you know what? It's funny because before I ever met you,
Hmm.
I was obviously a Jurassic 5 fan, but I don't even know that you know that I was a huge Ozone Motley fan, and
Oh, nice.
I didn't even know that was you till later. And then I was like, "Yo, that's crazy. Are you still? Tell me your status now as an MC. You still performing? I mean, obviously, right now everything's frozen, but what are you doing now?
I still MCing, man. I'm still doing the same, level, if not higher, of music that I usually do, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just more solo than anything else right now because everybody is like doing their thing, you know what I mean? But I think, I'm still, performing with Ozo at times, and God willing in the future, Jurassic in it at times, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm still out here doing it, man. I just put out an album called Adventures of a Reluctant Superhero that came out in August. That's been doing really well overseas, like really well. So I just been living off that, which is cool, touring crazy. And myself and Cut
Wait,
Chemist are working on a project.
Adventures of a Reluctant
Superhero.
Adventures of a Reluctant Superhero.
Yeah.
Okay, where where you're saying it's doing really well overseas? Where specifically is it crushing?
Give me 1 second. I'll show you right now. It's
Okay, cool.
overseas it was made in England with a brother named Crafty Cuts. This is the album right here. All right.
Did you
The
draw
art
that?
No, the artwork is drawn by Jake Detonator. I don't know if you know Jake, the guy who did all of the baby Star Wars characters and stuff. So he
No,
came
I
he
don't.
came he came with
What's up,
a
Lions?
cool little comic book, and you know what I'm saying,
Very cool.
face mask and all that stuff. But it's cool, man. It's got a lot of people on here, man. MC Dynamite, from England. Got Sky from Morchiba. It's got Omar from England. Um, Gifted Gab, Lyrics Born's on here. Harry Shada. Joe. It's a lot of different people on here. So yeah, man. I did it in hopes
And you're
to.
not.
I was just trying to like give back to the English people, man, because I feel like our career as Jurassic 5, although we are from California, it started in England. It really did. So I always wanted to give back to them somehow, and this was a way to do it. And we have 4 singles that have been playing on BBC like crazy, and yeah, it's been good. It's been good
So
success.
is it so? Tell me just real fast. What do you mean by that? Like, did LA not accept you? Because for me, with for example, my DJ painting, I couldn't sell any DJs in the U.S. Nobody
Right.
bought it. Everyone's like, no, oh, you can't paint a DJ. No one's gonna buy that.
Yeah.
And then a company in Canada, Imaginus, picked it up and it sold like hotcakes, and then everybody in America wanted to buy it after that. So it was like Canada willing to take the opportunity to explore hip hop as narrative paintings, then America followed suit. Is that kind of what
Yeah.
happened with Jurassic 5?
I think it kind of happens like that with a lot of things that are rooted in entertainment, that came from America. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
Mm-hmm.
we're like the source of a lot of the trends around the planet. You know what I'm saying? As far as like entertainment is concerned, and my opinion, because we're the source, we're always looking for the next new thing, and not willing to totally take time to celebrate something great that we created because it's spread around the world and everybody else is like looking like, oh my God, this is the next greatest thing. Like hip hop. Hip hop spread across the planet and affected every inch of the planet in ways that still, to me, amaze me. And when I come back to the States, we don't really celebrate it the same that we, the same way we used to. So I would say that happened to the jazz musicians, that happened to, like all of these different musicians that, and painters and everything that what I'm saying, was doing something innovative and amazing. And all of a sudden it was like, yeah, like think about like Basquiat or somebody like that, everybody's like, yeah, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, he's the best thing moving. You know what I mean? So,
What do you think about Basquiat?
Well, I mean, as a painter, man, if I lived in that time, I probably would have tripped out on his personality and his branding more than me falling in love with his paintings. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
so let's cut through the bullshit. You don't like Basquiat.
it's not that I don't like him. I'm just not like, oh my God, he's the greatest thing moving. It's not
Right.
that I respect.
Right.
I respect what his brand was able to do. His brand was able to cut away in the world for him.
Let me tell you what I think of Basquiat. I think Basquiat was a proxy that was cultivated by Leo Castelli, that they needed a black person who was a street person, but not too street, because then you get a Dondi and a Futura, but somebody you can control as a proxy that Andy Warhol could really mold. And then because they needed to hit that beat. That's my personal opinion. A lot of people, I say a lot of stuff. I don't like, Rothko. I don't like Pollock. I'm being honest with you because I feel like there's a certain integrity and skill set. Some people are cleverest, like Andy Warhol and Basquiat. I look at Basquiat's work now. I probably like it more now, but I just can't tell you like he's up there with the greats for me. That's my personal opinion.
That's what I'm saying. I'm right there with you, man. I didn't get it as depth into depth like how you did, but I'm right there with you. I wouldn't say.
And it's the same thing with, you in art you can lie. You can lie.
Did we freeze? Hello? Did we freeze?
Okay, Dirty Dizza. Yeah, we've.
Give me 1 second.
I'm on the server. Everything's great. And by the way, Dirty Dizza disagrees. That's fine. Listen, everybody thinks Basquiat is great in the fine art world. He's golden. He's the golden child. I mean, Basquiat is selling for 7 figures, so that's all fine. Okay, and you guys don't know this, but Charlie draws too. How about that? What is your favorite thing to draw?
I like animate objects, man. Anything living. You know what I mean? Anything living, a person, an animal, a plant, anything living. But in my older age, I've gotten into photography. So what I got into with photography is taking pictures of all things that are not living. You know what I mean? Like landscapes and things like that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a cool little balance between the two. But I'm a, like portraits and stuff like that, man. I like taking, a interesting face and making something out of it. You know what I mean?
Would you be, and do you do that from life or do you do that from your imagination?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Some of it is life. A lot of it is life lately because I've been trying to get really into oil painting. That's why I really want to pick your brain. You know what I'm saying? But the imagination aspect was always the graffiti aspect. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, someone says we should do a painting together. We should do a painting together when this whole thing lifts and we get back into the, into all of this life thing where we could actually be in the same room together. And then we could actually paint together. But yes, I'm down to do a drawing right now. Do you have a pad and pencil at all handy?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
I usually draw downstairs. I have my studio, but I'm upstairs right now. I'm just keeping it upstairs. Greg 36. You always really hit it with the water and the reflections.
Thank you.
That's what he says.
Yeah, man.
The verbal Herman monster, Chali 2na. By the way, there's some people's voices who are just those iconic voices, like Melly Mel to me. Like, oh my God, I love Mel's voice. You have one of those voices. DMC, when I first heard DMC back in the day, there's just some people, and I know like people like, I always say I love DMX's voice. I know some people hate DMX. A lot of my followers hate him. But I think he's incredible. But I think you have one of those voices that is just so good and distinct. That's what it is. It's distinct, and it separates you from the pack. And Johnny Utah, he's on here too. He's an artist, a really good artist, and he's also a musician. And Johnny's a huge fan of yours as well. When he found out you were coming on, he's actually listening for the first time. Yeah, R.I.P. Mort Drucker, by the way, the Mad Magazine artist who was probably one of the greatest of all time. Wow.
I heard about that this morning. That's crazy.
Yeah, he passed. So, okay.
But yeah,
so
I got a piece of paper, man, and I got a nice Sharpie. Yeah.
Okay, you got a Sharpie. I'm gonna draw. So we're just gonna do a character. Tuna should do the voice acting. You could be voicing some badass characters in the superhero world. That's true. That is actually the Brit, and he's running publicity at Sideshow Collectibles, who are the gold standard of the collectible world. And I'm doing 4 collectibles. I'm doing an MC, a DJ, a b-boy, and a graph writer right now, Charlie, with them.
Dude, let me tell you something. You got to know something, Justin. I'm a action figure collector, man. I can walk you through my room right now to trip you out, man. I love some Sideshow stuff too. So big up to the brother who
and Sideshow is the best ever by far.
Yeah. That's dope.
They are incredible. So what we're doing is really, really, really incredible. Okay, so I'm going to turn my page. What are we drawing? We're drawing just a face, a character, out of our imagination, whoever. Let's go. Let me see how this looks.
So how would you're setting the page up like?
I don't know what I'm doing, Charlie. I usually have someone else hold the camera, but right now I'm just winging it. Let me see. Can you guys see if I do this? Let's see. Right here, right around here. I'm holding it upside down. Let me see. Here. Here, right about here, and here. Okay.
Trying to figure out.
Maybe I could do that.
So you draw with 2 hands, man?
Yes, sir.
That's amazing.
I could draw with 1 or 2.
My grandmother does that, man. My grandmother's amazing with that. I'm gonna just hold it, I guess. Let's see.
Yeah, and you could.
Bam, here we go. All right. Me, I like to
scroll. We're drawing. Yeah. This is the only show, Charlie, that you could draw along and have the best time ever. We are doing. Look at us, guys. We're drawing. Okay. We should draw each other. We should, but I can't see him and he can't see me. So I can't really. Hey, you know what, Dirty Dizza, we don't have to agree. Like, that's the part of life that makes this country, like, we're not, we are temporarily in a free country, until further notice. Let me actually try to tilt this down a little bit more. Oh no, this is where Manny. Wish you were here because this sucks. I think that's better. And then I'll flip it so that you guys could. Yeah, no, so I don't have to agree with you with Basquiat. That's my opinion. And, I'm just not a fan, but I can understand why people are.
Yeah, I like his stuff, man, nowadays as an older guy, man. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? But, and like I said, when he was doing the Renegade Samo stuff, I was loving that. You know what I mean? I met a brother named, Eric Orr?
No.
Eric Orr is the dude who did the first hip-hop comic book. It's called Max the Rapping Robot.
Yeah, I know that. I know him now.
That's my guy. And he used to paint with Keith Haring and everybody, man. But he was like talking to me about those days with Samo and all that. And it was a pretty cool like little lesson, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, word. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm definitely not old enough to know,
Okay,
well, at least living out.
Dirty Diz is saying these type of judgments don't help the progress of form. But I don't understand what you mean. That means you can't have an opinion? That doesn't make any sense. Of course I can.
I can't say that I'm like necessarily like on some judgment shit with it. Like I ain't trying to down him because the dude right there. I mean, regardless of what I might think about the brother, I mean, he's makes success from the grave as well as alive. I can't, I'm not down in that. I'm just saying like
No, he's
an
talking about
artist.
me, not you. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I was just saying as an artist,
Like,
it's
well,
like
as long as it's you.
a lot of people put a lot of weight on the simplistic aspect of stuff, and when you're asking about something that took an artist a lot of time to do and a lot of love and skill, then it's like sometimes people don't really appreciate it as much. I think that's just me.
Charlie, were you ever a phone sex operator? Because your voice is fantastic.
Say, bro,
or
no.
Okay, but were you? But did you? But do you have a radio show? I mean, like, because your voice is very radio.
You know what I do? I do voiceovers for a lot of different situations, man. I've done stuff for the NFL. I've done stuff for NASCAR.
That makes so much sense.
I've done stuff for like PlayStation.
Can I get a sneak peek at that, or?
Yeah, man. I'm just like I said, man. Just adding shit to it, man. It ain't really no. My wife said I need to change the view of the camera so the audience can see what I'm drawing, but I don't know how.
Well, you have a lot of lighters there. Is that? Oh, that's cool.
There you go. Is that better?
That's great. Look at that. Okay, now I'm gonna have to. Are you going animal on us?
I mean, that's the quickly, like you see it says sketch, so I just start sketching. I don't know. I don't have no real
This is
like.
great. Okay, I love this. We're just getting. Hey.
Who's drawing a picture of me? That's pretty sick.
But it's not quite you, but it's definitely inspired by you. But I would love to draw you.
I can't front, man. I want to just sit and watch you draw, man. I've never seen two-handed drawing like that before. Besides, my grandmother is ambidextrous, and she does like crazy stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
Thank you, bro. This is just fun.
I need to try that, but I've never tried doing that with two hands before.
One God. Okay, hold on. Charlie, what do you think of all of the madness that's going on right now?
Man, it's a lot of just unimaginable things, man. Like I'm just like, when I was a kid, man, my pops and his buddies were super conspiracy theorists. You know what I mean? Like, was always sitting around, man. They'd be, drinking it or whatever and talking about what's going to happen in the future. And I used to always trip out, 10, 11 years old, listening to things. Some of the stuff that they were saying has come to pass, and it's just tripping me out. Like, I never thought that I would live to see.
I know, man. I told my daughter 6 months ago, I go, man, I hate the fact that I'm going to be 100 years old and you're going to have to get chipped and, you're going to be on this big brother system and there's going to be a new world order. But you know what? I'll be dead. So you're going to have to just deal with that. And then like 3 months went by and I'm like, oh shit, what's happening right now?
Right.
I'm living through the shit that I was telling my daughter that she's going to have to live through.
Exactly.
And that's I'm like, we don't even know. This is the beginning, man. This is the beginning of a whole other level of shit. We don't even know what's coming down the pipeline. This is nothing right now.
Right. And that's what me and my wife was discussing about the same thing. Is like, okay, so Corona, that's cool and everything. And God willing, everybody who got sick, gets well. And for those people who experience death in their families, Barry, I'm saying my condolences and all of that, because you never know what you're getting when you're dealing with something like this. But that being said, the biggest problem is going to be after, like the economy and everything, man. Everything been closed for a minute, and nobody, none of us have lived through nothing like this.
Never. We need to figure out a way to get the economy boosted. There's so many people that I know that have lost their jobs, that are out of work, that are struggling, that are, unemployment is not doing, it can only do so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not going to be able to, I don't know, they say they're protecting the elderly people, but at the same time, I know there's some people that have to work, man. And if you don't work,
You don't eat.
The economy needs to grow. I mean, capitalism is predicated on growth. We need to grow. We need to figure this shit out.
Yeah, that's the truth. You know what I mean? So that's the part that I'm afraid of is like, you know, people like us who have jobs on the outside, who have,
Yeah.
my job is to travel.
No, okay. So young panels, you're totally right. The positive that it's doing for the earth is 100% right. The earth is taking a W for this, guys, for sure.
Yeah, no question.
A likable picky MF says we're being fast tracked to a new reality. I actually 100% agree with that, like 100%. One God says the government wants to see how far we'll bend. And I think, you know what? I think we're bending real far. And Digestive Sound says they ain't doing shit for the old, and that's 100%. And then, of course, Nando's Art says charcoal, and I would say, no, I'm using a Prisma stick, which is wax. So let me just take this up here. And let me show you what I did, Charlie. And I'm gonna do another one right now. That's kind of based on you.
And Jimmy Walker.
Yeah.
That's really dope, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
So the next.
Mine's is just like I said, a little half sketch, man.
But show everybody. Put it up to the camera. It's really good. You really are good. Don't say you're not. That's great. Keep going with that as we talk. Yeah, keep going with that. So, Charlie, I'm going to draw you. I'm not going to be on camera doing it, but I'm going to just do it as we talk.
Okay,
but,
cool.
I think, yeah, it's an owl, right? Someone said a beautiful owl.
Well, I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. For me, it's like a lot of my animals that I'm doing out of my brain will start with the eyes. You know what I mean? Like, and then I just go around like in a spiral circle and just happen. Whatever happens comes out. So sometimes it's a fish, sometimes it's an owl, sometimes it's a mix of all kind of animals. You know what I mean? So if I'm just like sketching like this, it'll come out like you never know what it'll come up to be.
Charlie, Johnny Utah asked, who are your favorite artistic influences? And you don't have to say me, but it would be nice if you actually told them the truth. No kidding.
Well,
who are your artistic influences?
That. Well, I mean, you know, I grew up, man, from like, you know, I'm from Chicago. I'm from the South Side, you know.
Okay.
So out the gate, like Ernie Barnes or like, you know, and then you got like between that and graffiti really got me. Like,
yes.
Really, like, you know what I'm saying? I was 11. And graffiti just swept my whole mind. You know what I mean? So from, you know, like Futura and all that, like anybody that was trying to do something different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was into letters, but a lot of my fellas was into letters too. So I just stopped the letter thing and started really concentrating on characters and stuff like that. And then I was like the go-to guy when we went piecing. So it's like, okay, we got this major piece. We need a lion. We need a girl whose hair is like this, you know, that kind of thing. So I was that dude. And I was the youngest one of the dudes who we rode with. So it was like, it was really cool to be able to learn from some of those guys, man.
Now, everybody who doesn't know Ernie Barnes, if you are of the age and you watched Good Times, it was the painting that they said JJ did that he didn't do.
Right.
That was Good Times.
It was most of his paintings, right? One most of his paintings done by Ernie, if I'm not mistaken. Like everything that he said he painted, Ernie was the one doing it.
Yes.
On that
that's
show,
correct. Yeah. Yes.
That was my dad showing me that. And he was like, yo, you see that dude, man? That dude's amazing. He's one of the greatest of all times. And I used to be like, all right, okay, cool. I like his drawings. You know what I mean? But I was a kid. I just didn't know. But I definitely took the Marvin Gaye album and copied it a few times. And, you know, it went from that to going to the grocery store with my grandma and helping her shop. And for that, I would get a comic book. Comic of your choice. I'm like, okay, cool. Pretty soon I had thousands of comics. And so comic book artists like John Byrne and people like that, man, was like really my dudes, Chris Claremont and all those cats coming up, you know, X-Men dudes, you know.
Okay. Someone says, I am the Spike Lee of art, and Ernie is another favorite. I don't know what the Spike Lee of art means, but I like it because Spike Lee is one of my favorite directors.
That's right. That's pretty dope, actually.
Hold on one sec, guys. I'm gonna have to get a charger. Keep going.
So, Just, I had a question.
Yes, sir.
When you do, so you work with primarily with oil, right?
Yes,
Like,
sir. No, acrylics, primarily acrylics. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what I was going to ask. That was one question. That's good to know. Two, I wanted to know, like, directly after you're done with the painting, what's your process? Do you digitize it? Do you what as far as like to make it print?
So I have to scan it.
Right.
So scanning it is number one, and then so I have a copy of it because I need a record of it, and that's the most important aspect for me at the time of finishing it.
Right.
But yeah, that's. Sorry, I'm just trying to draw you a little bit here.
That's all. I'm gonna set this thing still so you can see. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, man. Because I was wondering, like, for instance, like I've been doing. Oh, here's another question.
Yeah.
When you go to an art show, man, I can come check out.
Well, not anytime soon. Right now, I'm just I'm working on just getting my commissions done so that I could really try to figure out what I want to draw. Because right now I don't really know, or what I want to paint. Like the next iteration, I've done hip hop forever, and I love hip hop, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Forever.
No, I feel you, because I've been really on, especially trying to do the oil paintings and stuff. I've been more stretching out on just indigenous people, and different things. Like I got family in Jamaica, right? And they were talking to me about how the East Indian influence on the Rastafarian culture, and I was like, really, like, so I learned a lot of stuff about how the Sadhu monks really influenced a lot of the aspects of Rastafarianism, and so I was like really liking that because I liked the colorful way that they looked, the dreadlocks, the painting on their faces and stuff. So I started to do a series of paintings of those guys. I'm gonna show you one right now that I'm working on.
Show me.
This is my studio. It's like a fish tank. That's where I at. When I do my music, and then right outside of there is my art area. So this is. Oh, sorry. This is what I've been working on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Okay, so you go to all the way to kind of the finish when you do your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
And so, like I said, I've been trying to learn oil. So it's taking, I do a chunk, a section, then I gotta let it dry a little bit, and then come back to it and stuff like that. So it's been crazy.
Very cool.
Yeah, my little workstation, man. But then, I never abandoned my first one.
Oh, the aerosol. You got it. Well, I got this painting right here.
Sick. So sick.
I got this. This is oils.
That's dope.
A lot of people don't see
it. Show the top of the head real quick.
It's just like an afro pick.
That's dope. That's really dope.
I got this painting.
Yeah.
I got this color key of El Guitarista, but you can't really see it because all
the glare on the glass.
Then I got like weird kind of, just figure paintings that I do, and then I got to plug in right now. I'm gonna plug in just to make sure that I have enough juice. Hold on, guys. Keep talking, Charlie.
Yeah, man. So you say that you have a printer. What kind of printer do you use, or are you like, do you outsource?
No, so I outsourced to a company called I'm back.
Okay.
Real Color Design, and they're like the best, in my opinion, they're the best print company out there. They're in Torrance. So they print, it's a very skillful company.
You said they're in Torrance?
Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, so I scan it, and then in terms of scanning, I have the best scanning guy in the market.
Mm,
Rage Against the Brush, Manny, can you just send him David's number? And or you can put it on here. And Real Color Design is the name of the place that shoots the work. And then the scanner is this guy David, and David is kind of a weird genius, mad scientist.
that's what's up. Because I've always wondered, like, how do you keep your colors so consistent? Like, when I'm looking at the prints, I'm like, damn, these prints are great. Like, a great prints, man. You know what I mean? Like, I love the colors. So that was my thing. Like, I when I first started to like print up like G clays,
Yeah,
I had a problem getting the colors to be exact, if you understand what I'm saying, like to look like the actual painting. It seemed like the G clays were coming out bright.
yeah,
So I'm trying to figure out like how to get to the bottom of that. You know what I mean?
yes, sir. Yeah, 100%. I'm always I'm always using a limited palette. For me, that's the best thing that I can do.
Mm,
Is keeping my palette very close. So like, I'll work within one spectrum. You know,
okay.
that makes everything harmonize for me.
Mm, hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes total sense. Yeah, because lately I've been learning how to do that. Well, not yeah, with the oils, like that particular paint right there. It's only like about 3 colors in there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just use these and try to do variants of these to once I step back, maybe it'll play a trick with your eye to make it feel as though you're using more colors, but really you're just looking at red, yellow, and I don't know, like a brownish color, and that's it.
Um, I just think adding, uh, keeping things simple with
Mm,
everything is key. Good painting is really about um, consistency and simplicity.
that's
And
right.
simplicity is really just keeping everything simple. If you do
Mm,
values, for me, I like to stay within like five: black, white, middle tone, and then one that groups with the black, one that groups with the white. Same with painting. I've been using the Zorn palette, and if you don't know the Zorn palette, go check out the Zorn palette. It's just very simple paints, which mix every color. But if you start adding all these different colors, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be lost.
right.
It's like, you can mix and have a trillion tracks, but look what the Beatles did with 8 tracks. I mean, it's just, you got to think about just, and it forces you to be more creative too.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Um, Someone says Jurassic 5 was the bomb. I miss hip hop rawness. Your work is brilliant as well, Charlie. For
Thank you.
sure. I mean,
Yo,
Jurassic.
I got to shout out the person who was that Jeffrey Garcia, Jerry
Yeah,
Garcia
Jeff. Yeah,
artist said.
Jeff.
He said I was supposed to say, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah. Jeff is also another artist who collects my art. He's a really good guy.
That's dope.
Everybody on here is amazing. Um, oh, they did. So they said they had 4 tracks and daisy chained them. Is that what they did, Caitlin? The Beatles? Okay.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, Manny would know under Rage Against the Brush, I think, more than anybody. I don't know anyone who's more obsessed with the Beatles than Manny. Um, Charlie, have you been doing a lot of these Insta Lives?
um, this is I did one with Ozo. I turned mine on just to see how it worked because I had never done it before, and this is the my second one. So
Cool.
yeah,
I'm glad I got you early because it seems very like what everybody's been doing because they're like, well, everybody in entertainment is not recession proof. For the first
right,
time, people in entertainment are not recession proof.
right.
Um, and so it's interesting to see what people are doing. You know who Taran Killam is, the actor. He's on Single Parents. He was on Saturday Night Live for years. I did one with him where I drew him because he played a cross-dressing bully, and I had him as a cross-dressing bully and having me in a headlock. It was pretty funny.
Cross dressing bully. That's crazy.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, yo,
JB.
did you see uh what's his name? The RZA and Premier break the internet last
Yes,
night.
I saw a little bit of. What'd you think of that?
That was hip hop at its finest for me, man. It was cool to be able to just. It felt like and it was literal, but it felt like I was sitting in both of my hip hop heroes' living rooms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just listening to stories about these songs. And that, to me, that on top of the fact that you forget how many hits both of these dudes are attached to. That was incredible. Me and my wife, we plugged in, and it was going down.
That's cool that you like legends are watching legends and watching legends. Like I saw Eric Sermon in the feed and all those people. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
There was some monsters. Like I did a signing with RZA. He kind of jacked me because in the end we were supposed to do an outdoor signing because I did the painting for 36 Chambers. He took the musical score of 36 Chambers and redid it live at Lincoln Center. And so after we were going to sign my poster, he decided, no, I don't want to do it in the public. I want to do it behind stage. I was like, but that people are not going to buy it. They want to see you sign it. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But his show was spectacular because he was able to extract all the audio that was in the initial old film, and he would do a live DJ set of the film.
Oh, wow. That sounds crazy.
Oh, one god says he was on the way to watch the battle, but he saw that I was doing a live feed and decided to watch my live feed.
That's
you and 4 other people, and the 8 trillion other people decided to actually watch the battle, which is funny.
But I really think that stuff like that happening is definitely the signs for all of us to see that this stuff is changing, man. Because the major dudes, in my opinion, ain't gonna be going out on tour no more. They're gonna be at the crib doing home concerts. The booking agencies are gonna be at the house trying to promote without a promoter. They cut the promoter out of it. They're gonna promote home feeds. Watch, it's gonna be ridiculous.
But they're gonna have to figure out a way to monetize it.
It ain't gonna be hard if you think about it. Last night it was 8 in total, 875,000 people that visited that site to watch premiere. And
when you mean that site, you mean that it was on Instagram?
On his Instagram, that's what I'm saying.
On his Instagram, right?
On his page.
And they haven't monetized that though.
No, not at all. But I'm just saying, like, if it'd be easy if everybody wants to see something like that again, to pay $1, I pay $5.
Yeah, for sure. No, I got you.
So
no, that makes sense. It makes 100% sense. Yeah, I mean, it is a new way. Someone said it was 193,000 at one point, but then the total numbers, if that's the case, then the total numbers are probably more in the millions. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I saw the total number last night after they posted it up, and it was like 879,000 people.
Okay,
I'm
and
like,
counting.
Lord, have mercy,
894. Someone wrote.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Sal Freckles says start with donations and then get people.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea.
Someone said they'll pay 10 to see you do a live show online, but
word.
You see, you never know. That's the thing.
Someone forward. So beware of what you wish for.
No, it's true though. Like I think that this is a new way, and this is a great thing for me because, I was one of the first people to do an online university. And now I love to just teach for free. Like sometimes when I just do my own thing, I'm like, okay, so now we're going to do head drawing, or we're going to do figure drawing, or we're going to do whatever. But other times I say, let's do something really creative and wild. And I think it's really important to do stuff for free because, I taught at USC, which is an acronym for University of Spoiled Children. So a lot of those kids, you know what I mean? They're spending a lot of money to take my class, and for me, it's a lot easier just to teach for free, and it's accessible and available, and you can tune in, tune out, whatever you want. So this is an ideal situation for me.
Right. That's what's up. That's dope. That's dope.
And I just really feel like this is a changing, in a lot of ways, a very dangerous change, and in a lot of ways, kind of the best change ever, for sure, for the earth. I mean, we are experiencing so much beautiful nature for the first time. LA was voted by CBS News to have the best air quality in the world.
Air quality in the world. I saw that and was like, wait, what? I thought
Wait, did they say LA, or were they talking about what? Is that a weird island in Hawaii?
Exactly.
Like, what are they talking about?
I tripped out on that when I read that myself too. I was like, wait, what? LA?
Yeah, LA, dude. LA has surpassed like just every Kauai, better air than Kauai.
That's
Jesus.
great.
Okay, great. Better air quality than Seattle.
So
This is
I live
insane.
in like the Riverside Inland Empire area, right? And so I have to. It takes an hour to get to my mom lives in L.A. So I had to go see her the other day to make sure she had food and everything in there, make sure she was okay and stuff, older lady, whatever. And man, it usually, like I said, take me an hour or two, like not two. Usually takes an
Hmm.
hour, 20 minutes or so to get to LA. I'm talking flying 50 minutes. Like, I'm
Woo.
like, woo, like, oh, I'm here. This is crazy.
Jeff
Nobody's out
Garcia, they
there.
didn't mean Louisiana, they meant LA, brother. Sorry.
Right,
LA,
right.
right here in LA, baby. LA. Hey, Charlie, did you see the Esteban? I'll recommend this to everybody. Did you see the Esteban cartoon documentary?
I was gonna watch it this morning, man, when I work on this painting, man, for
Those
real.
are my
Because
those are my brothers right there. I've been to
that's what's
Tunes.
up.
Have you been to Tunes Spot back in the days?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh, let me
Man,
see it. Come on, let me.
that's
That's classic,
so
man.
my okay, like I said, I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
Some years ago, they had an accident in Chicago where it was a club that wasn't supposed to be open and
Okay.
threw parties in there anyway. Somebody let off some pepper spray, and it was a big stampede. The club was called E2. My cousin was the first person to get killed in that, and so this was a memorial tat that I wanted Tune to do because I was like, he's the man. And plus, he was like, I love to do memorial tats. So this is her. This is my cousin Vivi.
Wow, guys,
Yeah.
check that out. That's an original cartoon right there.
And Toon did all this work. I gave him the picture, but he did all this with a Sharpie. He just and then just went in. So yeah, that's my cousin BB right there, man. So yeah, and it's crazy because I used to live in San Pedro, and Toons is from San Pedro, and I knew a lot of his homies, and I met him a couple times there. This is early '90s, '90 from I lived in Pedro from like '90 from like '91 to like '94 or whatever.
Mm.
So he was out there, chilling. I had met him once or twice with his homies. Man, he was down with some kind of seedy looking dudes. You know what I'm saying? And this was back when marijuana wasn't legal, so I used to buy trees from his homie. But everybody used to say that he was dope with the art, and I just really wasn't tripping. So fast forward years later, um, I'm chilling with B Real ass at one of them smokeouts that they was doing up there at the Orange Show, and B Real smoking this big 6-foot bong, and dude comes around the corner, and it's Cartoon, and he's like, B's like, oh, you haven't met Cartoon? I'm like, no, I never met him. We look at each other, shaking each other's hands, like, yeah, we have, man. He's like, where we met before? We start talking about each other's friends. I was like, man, that's crazy. So yeah, man, Tune is that's one of the legends out here, man, for real.
No, Tune is the man, bro, and I'm so glad that
And Esteban as well. Please forgive me.
no
I ain't stopping on that one.
Esteban. Well, Esteban directed it.
That's what's up.
Esteban directed this really, really well done documentary, and I went down there a couple times to hang out with him. I never got a tattoo. I don't have any tattoos, but I hung out with. I mean, Esteban and Tune, like they've been. I've hung out with them many times, lunch at my house, watching UFC, whatever. But they're good people, and they really deserve to be in the canon of art history. That's somebody I'll give over Basquiat. I'd rather
Yep.
have Tunes, in there than Basquiat, because to
Man.
me, Tune started that whole style, as
Yep.
did Esteban. They're genre starters. They're
Yep.
guys that started a genre.
Yeah.
And although there are people now who are tattooing at a technical level, like way, like kind of another dimension of realism or whatever,
Yeah.
but like there's that something that Tune has that nobody has, that it's a rawness, it's a stylization that just feels so authentic to Cholo culture and LA in general. And same with Esteban, the way that he snaps a photo,
Yeah, man.
or the way that he makes a film. There's something authentic and real to it. And that's what I love. It's like watching Ken Swift B-Boy. There's
Oh,
something so like, oh God, that's just so New York.
yeah, man.
Like, it's just quintessential New York. Same with Crazy Legs, same with Buck Four Kuriaki, the old school heads. And I'll shout out, same with the LA version of those guys with Little Caesar and Willpower and Orko and
Bingo.
all those guys too.
Bingo.
But like, man, there's so much that we're gonna get cut off, and I'm doing actually everybody who wants to check me out. I'm going on Afion Crockett. Do you know Afion?
Yeah, I don't know him. I met him once, man. That's a cool dude.
Okay,
man.
yeah. So during this interview, I'm gonna tell him that he's got to get you on his show because he's almost got 1 million followers. So
that's what's up.
And
a lot of people that I know him, like directly know him. It's just crazy. It's like,
yeah, no, I've been friends. So I used to go. Willpower and Little Caesar used to bring me to this practice spot to b-boy under a bridge on Selma here, and I was going there, and that's where I met Afion, and I was like, oh, he's a great dancer, and I had no idea he did impressions and characters, and then next thing you know, him and Jamie Foxx did the Afion Crockett show, and he became a big. And he was doing stand up, but
is he from LA?
I don't know.
I always got the impression he was an East Coast dude, but I don't know.
I think he might be. I'll find out in a minute.
That's what's up.
What's up, Lord Sear in the house?
What, Lord Sear? Like Sear?
Like that's Lord Sear.
That's my dude right there. Kicko done.
So yeah, Afion. I'm going on Afion's in a couple of minutes, and I'm gonna have Afion bring you on his show because he's a legitimate hip hop junkie.
That's what's up.
Like I think you and we're hip hop junkies. Yeah, we
man.
live the culture. We're living the culture. We're watching the culture. And before we go, because we're going to get cut off in 6 minutes, who today do you love? Like to me, I know people can give me shit for this, but I love Little Pete. I love J. Cole. I love Kendrick. I love a lot of people, like maybe because I guess I have a 15-year-old daughter who introduces me to all these people, and it's different. Like I'm not feeling. I'm never gonna maybe love anybody as much as Tribe Called Quest. I don't know.
Our time.
Our time.
So my flip side of that is I was just talking to somebody about how, like, say, just like, off the subject, how like the young Pixar movies and all of the Disney movies and stuff like that, like I'm not up on because of the fact that my son's going to be 29 this year. You know what I'm saying? Right. There was a point where, like, at Cars, the movie Cars, he got old enough to say, I don't want to see that shit no more. So I don't know nothing about those things. So I don't have a person to hit me to the hip hop scene like how he used to. He was hipping me to like Drake and all them dudes coming in before Drake became a star. I was listening to like his underground stuff. I'm like, oh, this dude is dope. So it's crazy for me. Like you said, J. Cole. I'm loving that dude, man. I'm loving Kendrick Lamar, man. But then, like, it's people like my homegirls, man. They call themselves yo aunties. They call Blimes and Gab. These girls, they from Seattle. Yes, sir. Like that's the stuff that me and you, we love, and they're new girls. They're younger than us for sure, but they are hard, like hard girls. Like the music is hip hop for real, but it's like it's real. It's funny. It's sexy.
Okay.
But it's rooted in the principles, the methods, and the goals that we love. So yeah.
Well, Jurassic 5 will forever be one of the greatest, and you definitely are one of the greatest MCs with the greatest voices of all time. And it's not surprising that you're doing voiceovers. I still feel like phone sex would be a good avenue for you, but that's my personal opinion. Charlie, you're the best ever by far.
Respect, man. Thank you for having me on here, man.
Yeah, no, of course. And when this goes down, you and I are going to really draw together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to keep in touch with you, too, for sure, man. I've been on some distance lately. Respect, though, man. Thank you again.
Love you, bro. Peace.
I love you, too, man. Peace.